okay, it's going okay. I'm just drinking lots of fluids, trying to eat, but it's very difficult because I'm vomiting. It's coming at the end, not the best. Then, I'm struggling to breathe. I'm trying my best to go up and down the stairs when I can, but also I'm trying to be very cautious as my mum and sister both tested negative. So I'm coming back to my room, just trying to occupy myself, sleep, rest. But it's hard to sleep also with COVID because the breathing, the positioning you can sleep in is very difficult. Okay, about 7 days go by. No, not 7 days go by. 5 more days go by.
What day are you trying to talk about?
No, because I was, from Monday when I got tested positive, this is what I was doing up until Thursday.
Okay, so you mean...
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So Thursday would have been the 15th, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
14th. Okay.
If the 7th was a Thursday, then the 7th on the other Thursday would be...
14th, okay. So 14th rolls in, and I'm here, struggling to breathe a bit. I had a bit of a weird night. Then I wake up on the Friday and I go to the bathroom. My mum's trying to rub Vicks on me. I puke, I can't breathe, very distressed. Olivia calls the ambulance. Is that Friday you called them?
Yeah, but no. They're not calling on Thursday as well?
Yeah, we called on Thursday. They just said...
Oh, you just called on Friday one, okay.
Yeah, because I think they were just like, oh, if anything gets worse, call 999 111.
Mm-hmm.
They were just taking us around the loop because I understand that they are very much stressed out with everything, so they don't want to just send everyone in. So, Friday they come in the morning. They say I'm not bad enough. They leave. About 3 hours later, we call again. They come, they take me away, and I'm in the hospital now. Well, so yeah, I'm on oxygen, I'm in the hospital. They're like, maybe you can go home soon. We just need to check your stuff. Did a CT scan, did an X-ray, got lots of blood tests done, and still on oxygen. And the only problem is, with me, my blood pressure was really low as well, and my oxygen wasn't stable because it will be fine when I'm like just sitting. But if I get up, it would just go way down. My oxygen levels in my blood would go way down. So they said it wasn't safe for me to go home. I had to stay in the hospital. I did cry about that. I did not want to stay in the hospital because no one could see me. And it felt very much isolating because also I was still in A&E waiting to be put into the ward. And it was not fun because I would literally be trying to shout out to a nurse to like help me go to the toilet. And it's just... they're too busy because it's very busy in the hospital right now. But yeah, had a nice 5-night stay in the hospital. Came home, still recovered from home for a while, and definitely feel a lot better now. And I am about 2 months, a month post discharge from the hospital.
You made the experience sound very pleasant. It's good that you can see it
No,
that way.
I feel like I find it that I find like it was not pleasant, but I'm glad to be over it.
Yeah.
Because it was a very traumatic experience for me. As much as I don't want to be dramatic, but something like that's never happened to me, and it's like they're telling me, oh, your blood pressure's low. Oh, we're gonna have to take you intensive care. Oh, we're gonna have to do this. They're pricking me with needles every second, and I'm like, okay, am I dying? I don't know. They're telling me they might find blood clots in my lung. That's not easy news, but this woman was saying it with a happy tone, like, oh, just checking for blood clots in your lungs. No worries. Many worries. And yeah, they're used to it, but I'm not used to it, so I feel like, maybe the tone could have been different, but maybe because it's routine now for the whole COVID. So, They were quite sensitive when I was crying, but yeah, it's because I was very much, and I was crying and the guy said, what are you worried about? You'll be fine. And I'm like, what do you think I'm worried about? He told me a whole list of medications I'm going to have to take, and I didn't know a single thing. He's like, steroids for your lungs, and then it's going to make you hungry. And then when I stepped on the scale, I'd lost a stone, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if it was just easy in real life to lose weight, it would be great, but like, but yeah, so it was just all very, very overwhelming. And even when I tried to talk to people, I was very out of breath. My friends were all concerned, and I was getting FaceTimes left, right, and centre. And my mum's scared, and I guess you were scared, Whiskey?
I'll say my perspective.
Oh yeah. So definitely that's how my experience went. Like, and I wasn't taking it lightly because it was just of different situations that have happened recently as well. It's just a whole thing. So yeah, like having COVID really did open my eyes to like how serious it was. As much as I knew it was and everything, and I was taking it seriously.
I don't think people really deep how serious it is until.
But I took it seriously because to the fact that you think like when they were reporting it to begin with, they're like older people and people with underlying conditions.
That's the thing, like the way they
reported it.
Yeah, the way they kind of published it to everyone is kind of like there's fear mongering in their reporting, but then there was also trying to also not worry people. It's very contradictory. How you're gonna scare a public, but then also try and make them feel like it's all okay. Yeah.
Because I fully thought, and it's weird, it's really funny, because I was speaking to my friend about it the night, like, literally the night before, 2 nights before, we were like, oh, I haven't caught COVID, that's really surprising. Because I was working in central London as well in June, and also March, when we had closed down.
I forgot you had that job.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was working, I was fully working, and I was at school and everything, and I was still in college at March, and then we ended it when they closed.
You know, I always thought you were online this whole time.
No.
Oh.
So yeah, it was just really odd being in those public places, having to go to work again in the summer. Obviously, they opened up for ETA to help out, and I don't know a single person in my life that didn't go out in that time.
I didn't eat that much.
That was your thing, innit? But like, personally, I went out and I enjoyed myself, so I was still on Flexi Fellow, so I had a good time. And yeah, it was just a whole thing, and I thought, okay, if I haven't quitted that, because I feel like I'm very susceptible to getting colds or getting sick or the flu.
Yeah, you don't need to take care of your health. That's me.
Yeah, brilliant. So like, I thought, oh, if I hadn't caught it by now, I won't get it. Funnily enough, the next day, I got the symptoms.
It's not good to talk.
Yeah, I know, but literally every single time I said that, I was like, God forbid. And I thought it was good enough that I didn't get it yet. So it was an eye-opener, because I just thought as well, when I had said it to a friend, like, okay, I got COVID. They're like, oh, I think you should be fine. My cousin had it. She had 3 days in bed, and she's fine. She barely felt anything. So I thought, okay, I can do that too. No. I couldn't. The worst part of the hospital was the blood thinner injections. Terrible. They put them in my stomach, like they injected my stomach. That was very gross. And that's the end of my story. I told my tale. Plus the underlying effects lasted a bit longer than I thought.
The long COVID?
Yeah, I don't think it was long COVID, because I do feel a lot better now. I do feel tired still, but I just have to get over it. I think my body's just trying to regulate, because right now I think I'm putting it through a lot because I'm on placement. So, yeah.
To throw that in there.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you've mentioned quite a few things. I don't think from my side of the room, my side of the house, from my perspective, any different. But let me just clear my throat. Sorry. Why are you covering your mouth?
I don't know what's going to come out.
I covered my mouth though.
You went like 3 centimeters
That's
away.
That's covering your mouth.
No, it's not.
Anyway, so that you started from Thursday. Yeah, Friday I'm working, doing my thing. I'm hearing you on the phone. Your dad telling mummy, you think you have COVID? Thinking, what's this girl talking about? I think she has COVID. Trying to make me tired. Like, got things to do. Anyway, next day now, you do your test. The test comes from me as well. I'm thinking, no problem. Like, I'll do it. I genuinely was like, I'll pass with flying colours. I'll do it when I do it. Like, it's no rush. Mm-hmm. So I didn't do mine like you did. You was like, you were rushing, because I don't have any symptoms. Mm-hmm. I'm Gucci. I'm working. I'm living life. It's just you that's there saying, I think I have it. I think, why are you being so negative?
No, because when the thing came, the temp gun also came. that day, and I was like, even though I haven't got the results, my temperature is full, like,
Yeah, but
39.
this is the thing. I think
I thought maybe because I thought, oh, maybe I'm
no,
stressing.
but you could have had anything, but because COVID is very rampant right now,
I thought it was a normal flu. I was hoping for that.
You know, bro. You were talking like you knew. Like I was thinking, nah. Like, did you take a test before? Like you
no.
What you were? I have COVID.
Okay,
I have COVID. I have COVID.
To you guys, but like when I was speaking to my friend, he was trying to calm me down and say maybe it's just a flu, it's a cold.
So just your friend was calming you down.
Yeah, and I thought, and I was trying to convince myself, but I couldn't.
Was a negative Nelly. Anywho, so you got the
result
on Monday.
So.
Monday now, you're like, I got COVID. I'm thinking, mate, this is nuts because like, I live here. we live here together.
She has COVID in my house.
Like, do you understand? Like, this is not what I'm here for. So I'm thinking, all right, cool, whatever. 2 drinks and that, you'll be fine. Because everyone else has had COVID took a 2 fluid and they were fine. No, bro. No, bro. Tuesday, you're there. The way this girl was coughing, I'll be answering the phone at work. The people are hearing you.
I don't remember the coughing, you know.
Bro, if I could find the recordings, it's going to be long.
Yeah.
But the calls record themselves at work. So if I was to find it, you would hear you coughing in the background thinking, not to be funny, can you keep it down a bit? Like, I'm trying to make a living. I'm trying to earn some dosh,
some coins,
better my life. And you're here coughing in the background. Thinking,
well, you were here doing niche. I was out grinding, making moves.
We can leave off. Anyway, Thursday. Think, oh, this girl's not getting any better. This is confusing. Like, but I didn't think the possibility of you dying or thinking you could die was not something that crossed my mind. I'm thinking
you wouldn't think that. That's not the first thing.
I'm thinking, not my sis. What, leave me here by myself? She's not gonna do that. Thursday, like, call the ambulance. I'm like, for what? Like, in my head, I'm thinking, for what? Like, I need to call the ambulance.
Call the ambulance.
You're like, you're like, oh, my chest. My chest. It's hurting me.
I'm not a Tweety bird, but go on.
my chest. I'm like, alright, cool, your chest. Let me help you out. The woman told me, what did she? I don't know what it was, but the thing is, jokes aside, I called these people. They told me call this number. I called this number. They told me to call like 4 different numbers, just to be told there's nothing that they can do. So I'm thinking, alright, cool. This is a bit odd. You're giving me the runaround when I'm telling you that my sister has COVID and she's not feeling too well. Anyway, let's leave it. I told you. You're like, okay, in the morning we'll see. I don't think I even slept. 4 a.m. You were still messaging me. You're like, oh, you want to call the thing in the ambulance? It's 4 a.m. We haven't slept. I start work at 9. Cool. 8 o'clock comes. I call them because they came just before I was starting and I had to start a bit later. But when they came, checked you, whatever, and they're like, you need a certain blood oxygen level or whatever to go.
But the thing is, it's funny because I had gotten up in my oxygen level because we had an oximeter and it was low, but because I'd sat down and calmed myself down, then it went up again.
Regardless, they left anyway. Yeah. The 3 of them entered the house and they left nicely. 12 or what maybe whatever time it was. You said it was 9. I don't think it was. I think it was 6 hours later. I was still working, so it was 3 because I just finished lunch or something. Called them again. Same thing as before. Call this number. Call that number. Call this number. Call that number. And I've called before, and they know I've called before. The call has logged. You told me you've logged the call, telling me everything that I told you back to you. And then I think one doctor was like, "Oh, I can't speak to you. I need to speak to the person themselves." And I'm like, "Homie, my sister can't speak. She's not speaking. You're gonna speak to the girl. She's not gonna answer you." Then the guy comes. Eventually, the paramedics come, and they're like, "Come outside." I said, "Like, the girl can't walk. We wanted to come downstairs and come outside to you." Cool. I don't know. I understand the NHS is under an immense amount of pressure. Do not get me wrong. However, if the NHS hired more staff, they would alleviate the pressures of the people that are working currently, so they won't be too tired. Because his energy, if his energy was like that and it wasn't a case of you were sick, you would fight somebody like that. Because he came on an energy of, I don't care. Like, he wasn't caring. I'm pretty sure the credentials or the characteristics of a person that's in a healthcare profession, care should be caring. He wasn't caring.
Yeah, no, but he was when I had gone in. Like, no, definitely.
Yeah, okay, cool.
But the thing is,
have that energy, because this is the same person. Yeah. This is the same person that told you you had to go. I'm thinking, you're taking my sister with you. You're not reassuring me that of anything. Like, he was just very evasive. And then when you left, it was really sad. Like, I cried. Like, I was thinking, oh my god, like, what if my sister actually dies? Yeah, like, bro, like, what am I meant to do by myself? I mean,
brother.
Yeah, but he's not here.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
So,
your cousin.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
But anywho, so then you're there, and I'm now balancing. I'm coming to see you at the hospital. I'm working.
Well, you couldn't even see me, just dropping things.
I'm leaving things outside the door. But it's like, I was so tired that week. I don't think anyone gets it. People get it. I think you get it if you've also done it yourself. But it was a very emotional time period. And being the person that I am, I felt like I had to keep it together because one of you is calling on the phone crying and looking distraught. Your mum's
what am I
dead.
supposed to do?
She's worried. She's not sleeping. We all can't be worrying together. Like, what's that gonna do?
It's true.
Anyway, you came home. Thank God. But I would just say, for me, it kind of just taught me. So eventually, I took time off work, but it just kind of taught me that in times like this, the people that are going to prevail are the ones that don't have to work and also look after people, or don't have to work entirely. I think this whole COVID situation, where especially black people or people that are in low-income jobs that are still working throughout the pandemic, they're at a very high disadvantage, and we need to do something about it. But that's just my takeaway. What would you say you learned from this, or what would you like to advise others that may think COVID isn't real?
Well, I'd say, like, if you're young like me and you think, oh, it's not going to affect me, just know I have no underlying conditions. I have asthma, nothing. For me to think that I was going to end up in a hospital bed with a drip in my arm, taking 10 tablets a day, it was not on my repertoire of things to do on my bucket list at 21. So definitely take it seriously. Make sure you are staying away from people or being safe and following the guidance as the guidance comes, you know, because it is working at this time. And if you are offered the vaccine and you feel comfortable to take it, I say take it, because that's the only way that it's gonna eradicate itself and bring the levels down so we can all enjoy June 21st. See you guys at the club. So but yeah, definitely, like, I do feel like I have spoken, like Olivia said, I have spoken quite light-hearted from it, but it's only because of how traumatic the experience was and me just trying to process it. I feel like I was like very much like, oh my god, did that actually happen? Like, when I came home, I was like, did that really happen? Because I was still on antibiotics. I was still sleeping like 5 times a day, and I was really out of it. So I do remember though the pain in my chest was mad. So make sure, don't catch COVID and stay safe and stay healthy.
I agree. I am going to put some links to some articles that kind of explain how, well, for the black people that are listening, how black people are affected by COVID and why we should protect ourselves, because the government's not going to protect you. How you can protect your family, and just things to kind of put in place for the future. This pandemic is ending soon, God willing. So it's more looking at measures you can put in place for the future that doesn't rely on someone else kind of making you get higher. Rely on yourself and look at what you can do. But I'll elaborate on that another day. George,
Ollie,
thank you for coming.
no worries.
You can go now.
Follow me on Insta. My name my Instagram is Georgia_London.
You want followers?
Yeah, and also because I'm going to start doing my midwife Instagram. So if anybody is interested in that, it will be in my bio. So
I'll definitely put your Instagram.
Maybe one day when I do my YouTube, we can redo that sister tag and maybe see if our answers change.
I look forward to it.
Alright, cool. Thanks for having me.
I will see you tomorrow.
Guess so. Yeah, we do live here. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you guys for listening. Bye.
if you've made it this far, then thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the 2 parts to Sisterhood and Rona, and I hope you learnt something. Make sure to follow, subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And yeah, until next time, bye.